I moved and I made a difference.
No, you're good. You're good. So let me start by saying we're here today to interview Geraldine McFadin. And is that the maiden name or the...
Curtis.
Curtis.
C-U-R-T-I-S.
Curtis was my maiden name.
Geraldine Curtis, and you're called Gerry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us what year you were born?
2/11/22.
2/11/26?
1922.
1926. And I understand that you were...
22.
Oh, 22.
22.
I'm sorry, 2/11.
And it makes it easy for me whenever they
Yeah.
ask for information. All I got to do is say 2/11/22. I can't, I can't forget that.
Do you remember your Social Security? You don't have to tell me,
Oh,
but
no.
you remember your Social Security? Oh.
No,
You don't remember your Social Security number?
no, not off my head.
Oh, shit. Well, see, she's at the age where she didn't.
Yeah, they probably didn't have them in the beginning. Yeah.
And then when I pay taxes, I use my husband's
Oh, really?
Social Security.
Really? That's interesting. Anyway, so tell me about the scholarship that you had before the war, and you went. Was it to Indianapolis?
Yeah. I had a wonderful art teacher, and I took art. I don't know. I just 1 year as what do you call them? Extra.
Assistant or an extra
Extra credit. And I found, she's an old lady, white-headed. She was a widow. She had one son. And I took art with her. And then, it might have been in my junior year.
Junior year of, was this outside of high school, or it was part of high school? It was part of high school.
And anyway, when I graduated, she asked me to come back and help her. And I got permission from the trustee to take another year after I graduated. And I helped her. She taught elementary art at Hedges. And
At where?
Hedges.
Hedges?
In the elementary school, right next to the high school.
Okay, was this before or after she got the scholarship?
Before.
Before the scholarship, okay.
Yeah, and I helped her teach, and then she had me to make a mural at the high school, in the library.
In the old high school, there was a mural that went all the way around in the library, and she painted. It was the history of Indiana.
Wow.
That she painted.
Is the building no longer there?
We can't find it. They tore the old high school down, and we can't find it.
Oh, okay.
I've had so many teachers that have, not here lately, but a long time ago, that tried to find it, and they never could find it.
Right, wow.
Whatever happened, they didn't know. But it was the history of Indiana.
And so then you got the scholarship.
And then she got me a scholarship.
Oh, she got it for you?
Yeah,
Wow.
And 2-year scholarship. It wasn't Hewlett, in the Hewlett Art School. It was a commercial arts. But we had a teacher that taught and she taught us figure drawing. In other words, she taught us where all the muscles were, the bones.
She's got all those naked pictures, Where they had to draw the naked,
Yeah, well, they all had on.
Did you have models?
Yeah, we had models, but they all had on something. And almost all the women had on, dance outfits or something like that.
Like
the guys
with
did
tights and leotards and things?
Yes.
Yeah, but men just had a little...
Jock strap.
Yeah, jockey strap.
The reason I know is because we as kids found all these naked pictures.
Did you ever find it?
Yeah, we found them up in your drawer. Up in your closet.
No,
we had
now.
No, I don't know where they are. I'll go look.
Have you hidden them?
Well, when they found them, they didn't tell me. I didn't know they found them.
We didn't tell her.
Yeah. So,
but anyway.
and then while you were there in Indianapolis.
I went to Indianapolis and I worked for my room and board.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very lucky. I got a young couple. They had 2 little boys. And they just built themselves a house. And I got to paint almost all the walls. And
You got to?
yeah, instead of taking care of the
Sounds like
kids,
they were a good salesman.
instead of taking care of kids.
Okay,
you know.
okay.
So she painted their walls. What a deal.
Oh.
Well, I had been doing a lot of painting at home, you know. Whatever. Yeah.
And so while you were up there, your instructor, you said was in the reserve?
Yes,
And
yeah.
then was pulled into World War II?
Yeah,
So that ended the program?
That ended the program.
And you came back to Evansville?
So they got, I think I came back in May.
May of what, 42? May of 42? And you eventually went to work for Republic Aviation? How did you get how did you get involved there?
I had grandparents that lived in Evansville. And they heard about there was starting a mechanical school. And if you went to this mechanical school, they would interview you. They were building the building
Right.
for the Republic building. And they would interview you and see if, you know, if you would adapt, I guess. And,
So you got your training at the mechanical school. Was
yeah.
that over by North?
It was up Main Street.
Main Street. Oh, I was downtown. Okay.
No, it wasn't down. I mean, it was. I'm trying to get my direction. Main goes north and south, doesn't it? In Evansville.
I think so.
It was north.
North Main. Oh, okay. Kind of like in the area where DeLagues and some of those places are. Okay.
And we were supposed to go 6 weeks. But I only went 2. I passed.
You were just so good that you made it in 2 weeks?
I was from the country, see.
Oh, okay.
I knew how to do, you know, anything. You know what I'm saying. I wasn't just out of high school.
Right.
A city person, you know.
So then you went to work, you graduated, and did you automatically then just go to Republic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your job at Republic.
Well, I was, like I said, I was a bucker.
A bucker.
Because I had long arms. And we were putting the skin on, you know.
Right.
And the surface was round. Okay, that meant you had to have long arms because you had to go, you know, stand up and let the rivets went this way. So that meant you had to be limber or what you want to call it, you know.
Now you were on the inside of the plane, right?
Yes, I was on the inside, so I really can't tell you too much what went on the outside.
Weren't you in the nose? You were in the nose. Weren't you in the nose
of the plane?
Of the plane.
No, I ended up in the nose.
Okay, that's
yeah.
what I thought.
Up in the
I
nose?
started out putting the skin on.
Okay.
Now, a bucker, is there like a machine that you would hold?
No, there was just different kinds of, I guess they were made out of some kind of metal.
Is it kind of like a clicker? Is it what's called a clicker?
Well, like one would be more like boxes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but they were metal.
Uh-huh.
And they were different shapes. Because the plane was built on a frame called a jig.
A jig.
It was made out of iron pipes and stuff. And sometimes you had to swim around, okay? And sometimes you had to have one that was, I'd say, square about that big, and it had a long handle on it. And you would have to hold that handle and hold that block straight. So if you didn't hold the block straight, the it would end up not closing the skin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It had to be flat.
Yeah. Now, did you have to?
So we had different kinds of.
They had inspectors inspect your work.
Oh yeah.
I heard sometimes 2 or 3 times for almost all the rivets on the planes.
Yeah.
To make sure they were perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, it had to be, could not be any gap between the both sides. What the frame and the skin. There could not be any
gaps.
Any air or anything in between.
Right.
Yeah.
Fascinating. What was it like? Well, and why were you the bucker? Was you said because you were so limber?
Little,
you were small.
I was limber, and I had long arms.
Long arms.
And I mean, looking back, I mean, like talking to you, I milked cows. See, from the time I'm old enough to milk cows, and evidently I probably had hands that they
limber
knew
fingers.
would work.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, but you know. And I lived with my grandparents until I had our minister. He had a daughter that was my friend, and she went to Evansville went to work at R&G. That was a furniture store. And then whenever she came to Evansville, well, we found a place to live together.
Oh, wow.
It was straight across from Boston High School.
Across from
The last
Boston?
time I was ever out there, that little building was still there.
Really?
And it was a duplex. And on the other side, there was a Jewish family that lived. And he took care of the furnace.
Oh, okay.
But we never saw him. We never heard him. So, you know,
How did you get to Republic?
Okay. First I had to go on a city bus.
City bus?
And we went to the Victory. Movie.
The Victory.
And they had a special bus that you had to catch and go out to the plant.
Okay.
But then when I moved in with my girlfriend in front of Boston, the men or anybody that had a car. They couldn't get gas unless they picked up somebody that worked at Republic.
Oh, yes.
So that's how a man that lived out in that area, that's how I got out.
So he would take you out. He worked there too?
Yeah, he worked there too. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? That's the only way to get gas.
Yeah, the gas was rationed. A lot of things were rationed.
I think he got $3 for every person. The way I...
Now, did you save your money, or did it cost? Did you use it all on the building that you were renting?
No.
Were you able to save some money?
Oh yeah.
Because those were good jobs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good paying jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, we worked 10 hours a day, and I can't find my.
You can't find your first paycheck?
I got the paper, got it written on the paper, but.
How much did you make a week?
Around $25.
And what were your hours like? Was it like 5 days a week, 6 days a week?
We worked 5 days a week, 10 hours a day.
10 hours a day, 5 days a week. Okay.
And because we worked as partners, we had to go to the bathroom at the same time.
Oh. Yes. Yes, that makes sense. Because you can't, one of them can't work without the other one, right?
Who was your partner?
Well, I had several. I had Marjorie Brown was one. She's from Evansville. And I had Nelda Lautner, and she was from, Owenville, I think. I had one or two more.
That's all right.
But some of them came and went, you know.
Yes, yes.
I never got out of my bucking job.
You were always a bucker.
Until the last year or so, and they moved me up, and they invented some kind of a ribbon. They had an explosion in the end, and nobody had to be back there bucking it. And I got moved up there, and got the playground. They were called cherry rivets.
Cherry?
Uh-huh.
Cherry rivets.
Uh-huh. And I worked up in the gas tank and the brakes
Oh.
by myself.
Because when the new rivet came in, the rivet went in and then it
blew
exploded.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
so they didn't have to have a bucket behind it. See?
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
sort of like a dolly bolt, dolly boat. You know how?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just went in, and it just boom.
Yeah.
And I had one, but I couldn't find it. I looked for it today. I couldn't find it.
So you said then you worked on the gas tank and the brakes,
Uh-huh.
and what were you doing?
Riveting.
So then you became a riveter.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But because of the
Yes.
cherry.
Yes.
And I guess they invented it. You know, somebody invented it.
Yes. So what do you remember about working for Republic?
Work.
Hard work.
No, it wasn't hard. It was just the monotony of being, you know.
Yeah. Yes. And tell me again about the clothes that you had to wear when it was cold.
Well, I wore one of the coveralls until I got a little bit money, and then I would go to the Hotsy Rotsy store and buy like Ralph Lauren, and they were, you know, expensive.
But they were thicker. Is that why you bought them?
No, they were just prettier.
Oh, prettier.
We never had blue jeans.
Uh-huh.
There was never blue jeans for
Right.
women.
Right. But you also told me that you had to wear flannel underneath them whenever it was cold.
Yeah, before they put the hanging doors up. Yeah, we had to wear. Oh, that's what we wore to keep warm.
Right.
That's what we had.
Right.
And that's what.
So did you wear the bandana like you see in the pictures? The riveter bandana.
Yeah. Ugly.
Yeah, but it kept your hair clean, didn't it?
No, they were nets.
Oh, they were nets. Okay.
Yeah, we could wear a bandana if you wanted to. Yeah. But I'm thinking about they had hats. They had a uniform.
Yes.
But it was just a thin cotton uniform. And I think I bought one, but I never seldom used it because
Too thin.
it wasn't pretty.
Did the men have the same type of uniform?
No, they just wear their own clothing.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember seeing their uniform. They probably had them, but they just wore the regular overalls and
So did you bring your lunch, or did you eat in the cafeteria?
well, we had to bring our lunch.
You had.
Until, I don't know, maybe the last year they had a cafeteria.
Okay.
Yeah, but I ate there for a while, but I like to read. And so lunchtime I was always reading and eating. We only had a half hour.
Yeah.
What we had.
Oh, you only had 30 minutes for lunch. Wow. Wow. And did you have like breaks in the morning and then breaks in the afternoon?
We had a 15-minute break.
That's when you had to use the restroom with your partner?
Yeah, but you know, it didn't happen that way. They expected you to ignore the, you know, you can go whatever you both wanted to.
Okay.
But you didn't take off anymore than you had to.
Yeah. What else do you remember about working at Republic?
Well, they made the tails somewhere else. And they were a headache.
They were a headache?
They never fit.
Wow.
And so I signed up, I just thought it wasn't money, maybe Christmas or something. So I signed up to work on Saturday. And that was all that they did, was to rework these tails. And
so you had, Republic had to rework the tails so that they would fit on the planes?
Yeah. And I worked, I don't know, probably a month. And it was such a mess. Maybe we get 1 or 2 tails done the whole day, you know.
But working 6 days a week, long hours, you're probably tired on Sunday.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, that wasn't why I quit doing it. It was just such a mess that I didn't want to get into it. I was selfish. I mean.
I don't blame you.
No, I had, I wanted to hold.
Yeah, yeah. So the war ended, and that was the end of the job, right?
I worked till, shoot, I wonder what ever happened to those things. I worked till it closed, 45.
45?
Uh-huh.
And then what did you do right after the war?
I came home. Didn't have nothing new,
Uh-huh.
And I had a sister. We had a neighbor, the Wild Ritters, and my sister was working there. She was happening to have a baby. Well, whenever I came home, well, I guess Barbara, she didn't like it for one thing. But I think she started in nursing school. I don't remember exactly.
That's her sister, Barbara.
Mm.
And so I went to work for my neighbor, Mrs.
Okay.
Wildberger, because she was going to have a baby. And she was the home director of Posey County.
Mm-hmm.
And she became my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Became friends.
Mm-hmm.
Very much, very close.
And then you got married in 1950?
Yeah.
1950, and you had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. And how did you meet Ruth Kishline?
Nancy Eckerty?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
My dentist, I had a dentist,
Uh-huh.
not Vernon, and he was working on my teeth, and I know I said something about drawing or something, and his wife was wanting to learn how to draw and paint. And he asked me if, I would be interested. I said, oh, yeah, sure, it's okay. And she was a real nice lady, and I just showed her, I didn't know too much myself. I went to Evansville University at nighttime after I got off
From work at Republic?
No,
This is
Okay, when you had kids, okay.
And
She took classes.
yeah,
Took classes
She
at...
drove herself to Evansville at
Yeah.
least once a week, and she took night classes.
yeah.
In drawing and illustrations and things? Yes.
The
Yes.
University of Evansville.
I made one A minus, I think. The rest of them were.
Oh, well, congratulations.
We're talking about that's how.
That's how you met Ruth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
yeah.
Nancy was good friends. Dr. Eckerty's
Yeah,
wife was good
uh-huh,
friends,
uh-huh.
right?
She bought clothes there.
Okay.
Most professional men, they had wives that
Mm-hmm. Yes.
they had to have special.
Yes.
And she told Ruth about me. And Ruth, we graduated in the same class. And Ruth remembered me because we had what we call an honor roll.
Uh-huh.
And it was my job to draw. I drew on the board whoever made the honor roll. And I always made Mickey Mouse or, always made a...
Now, where did you graduate from? Mount Vernon?
Mount Vernon High School, And she remembered me from high school anyway. And Nancy told her that, she was helping her draw.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had an interview with her, and that was it.
Wow, good for you. And you worked for Ruth for over 35 years? 35 years, drawing illustrations for the newspaper ads of all the clothes, or not all the clothes, but the clothes that she was featuring.
Yeah,
And
I got to meet some of the big shots.
Oh, wow.
Who'd you meet?
I'm trying, there's one, I think
Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, Ralph Lauren, and, oh, shoot.
Now, he
Calvin
was...
Klein.
Calvin Klein, yeah. I didn't meet him. I didn't meet
Halston
him.
is the one from Evansville, right?
Halston. I don't know. I'm not into big fashion.
I don't remember all.
Now, did they come to Evansville? Is that how you met them? Or did you go traveling with Ruth?
At the last, I went down Palm Springs.
I don't know. You went down.
It's the rich part of Florida.
Not Coral Springs. Not Miami.
No.
Ruth would fly her there. Naples.
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 Yeah. Naples, yeah.
Would fly you there to see the designs, and then you would draw them.
Yeah. Yeah, I lived in her house.
Oh. Sounds like a nice vacation. I understand that you used the money from your job with Ruth. You saved it, right? And you used it to build this house, right?
Partly,
Good for you.
Yeah.
And tell her what you told Dad.
Oh, you mean about, he really didn't want to build. He was wanting to buy a combine.
He's trying to talk you into buying him a combine.
Well, I mean, we saved our money, you know. We were savers. So neither one of us had anything when we were adults. And the combine was going to cost $120,000 dollars.
Now this is back in the,
And
60s? 60s?
Yeah.
And I can get a house built for that, you know.
For less than that, probably.
So we tried to agree on that if he bought the combine, then I could start building his house. Well, we didn't actually agree on it. That's just the way it came out. And so I was building, and he was a nice person. We never had arguments or anything. He just walked out of the house whenever.
Oh.
You know, if we started to disagree, he was the kind of person that he wouldn't quarrel. He would just walk
He'd just
away.
walk out.
Yeah. And
But you told him if he wanted to eat.
I told her that.
we'll be putting down this house, not the middle house.
So tell me about your husband and what he did during the war. What was his name?
Paul McFadin.
Paul McFadin. And he was in the Navy?
Yeah. And he was a signalman.
A signalman?
On the smallest, next to the smallest ship. It was an LSI. It was a
LSI.
LSI. It was called LSI. It stood for Landing Craft Infantry.
LCI.
Landing Craft Infantry.
Yeah, and they're the ones that would pick up the soldiers or would pick
and
up...
land them.
Did they deliver them to the LSTs? Do you know?
No, they delivered them right to the land, didn't they?
Yeah, and then yeah. They went to the big battleships way out.
Right.
And picked up men.
Right.
And took them to the shore.
Okay.
And he was in the, I guess, first. He started in, he was in Germany and Italy. I don't know where he was.
Sicily,
I think he was in
Africa.
Russia.
Sicily and
He was in
Africa.
Africa. He was in the beginning of the war. And he went all the way, and then he was all his way to the Pacific War, whenever the war ended.
Ah.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, this is.
And I understand he took photographs while he was over there.
Yeah. And she got all his stuff together, and
We journaled.
yeah.
Wow.
We have a...
Those are nice photographs of him, right?
Yeah.
And this was...
Oh, those are the...
Those are where he landed.
where he
yes.
landed.
And this was...
Oh, that was the LCI?
And... Let's see. These are his girlfriends, but... And then these are where he landed. Where's the one on Normandy?
Just keep turning those yellow.
Okay.
More than one. He had a lot of girlfriends.
Most of them did.
I mean, let's see. Trying to find the one of Invasion of France.
There's
in
D-Day.
Normandy yet.
France.
I mean, it's just so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And there was that Normandy, invasion of Normandy? And here he is, this is his ship where he let them in off to the invasion of Normandy.
Oh, wow.
Right on the beach.
So, US-14, did it have just a number, the ship, or did it have a name?
No, they only had numbers.
They only had numbers,
Yeah.
okay.
They only had numbers.
And that's his
Yes.
ship there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they not only landed and poor old soldiers on the ground, but they were always on the outside of the bunch of boats, because if the Germans, they had a lot of underground, what do you call them?
Underground mines.
Ah, mines.
Mines,
They would
but
hit-
I'm talking about the boats, submarines.
Submarines, okay.
Okay, and if the submarine shot, it would hit one of these LCIs instead
Before
of
it would the big
Oh.
ship. It was like a fleet.
Yeah.
It was a fleet.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they surrounded
So they were protecting the big ships.
Yeah.
They would get blown up first before the
Oh,
big ship
gee.
would. Yeah. So anyhow, but and there's this. He kept a daily. He kept a
He kept a
journal,
daily journal.
Wow.
and that's what we did. And we went, typed it all out where he was,
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So.
Got seasick.
Oh yeah, he was seasick all the time. He was.
Yeah, he was seasick all the time.
Good thing he wasn't on an LST. Those are really, I mean, if you get sick on one of those, it's like they just boom. boom.
Well, this is what he was on.
When this was worse.
Oh, this was worse.
This was the worst boat. For the
So
movement.
the boat that he was on was flat. So it was constant pound, pound, pound.
Mm-hmm.
He got sick.
No, I'm sure he did. Back then they didn't have the patches, those patches.
So he got really sick. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I think I will end that here.